Thomas Secker was the Archbishop of Canterbury in the Church of England. Early life and studies. Secker was born in Sibthorpe, Nottinghamshire. In 1699, he went to Richard Browne's Free School in Chesterfield, staying with his half-sister and her husband, Elizabeth and Richard Milnes. According to a story in the Gentleman's Magazine for 1768, Browne congratulated Secker for his successful studies by remarking, "If thou wouldst but come over to the church, I am sure thou wouldst be a bishop." Quote, under Browne's teaching, Secker believed that he had attained a competency in Greek and Latin. He attended Timothy Jolly's dissenting academy at Attercliffe from 1708, but was frustrated by Jolly's poor teaching, famously remarking that he lost his knowledge of languages and that only the old philosophy of the schools was taught there, and that neither ably nor diligently. The morals also of many of the young men were bad. "I have spent my time there idly and am ill." He left after 1.5 years. In 1710, he moved to London, staying in the house of the father of John Bowes, who had been one of Jolly's students and would one day become Lord Chancellor of Ireland. Whilst here, he studied geometry, conic sections, algebra, French, and John Locke's essay concerning human understanding, Tewkesbury Academy, and Samuel Jones. Also boarding at Bowes' house was Isaac Watts, who encouraged Secker to attend the dissenting academy in Gloucester set up by Samuel Jones. The Secker recovered his ability at languages, supplementing his understanding of Greek and Latin with studies in Hebrew, Chaldee, and Syriac. Jones's course was also famous for his systems of Jewish antiquities and logic. Maths was similarly studied to a higher than usual level. Also at Jones's academy contemporaneously with Secker were the later Church of England bishops Joseph Butler and Isaac Maddox, and also John Bowes. Other luminaries included the future dissenting leaders Samuel Chandler, Jeremiah Jones, and Vavasour Griffiths. In 1713, Jones moved his academy to larger premises in Tewkesbury, partly financed by £200 from Secker, but Secker soon became involved with the clandestine correspondence between Butler and a Church of England cleric, Samuel Clarke, concerning Clarke's a demonstration of the being and attributes of God. Secker's role was to deliver Butler's letters personally to Gloucester Post Office and to pick up Clarke's replies. Meanwhile, Jones had acquired a reputation as a heavy drinker, and the standard of his teaching may have decreased. Both Butler and Secker left his academy shortly afterwards, Butler in February 1714 and Secker in June of the same year. He studied medicine in London and Paris before receiving the degree of MD from Leiden University in 1721. Upon his return to England, he entered Exeter College and was ordained by special letters in 1722 from the Chancellor of Oxford University. Career. In 1724 he became rector of Houghton-le-Spring, Durham, resigning in 1727 on his appointment to the rectory of Wrighton Co., Durham, and to a canonry of Durham. He became rector of St James's, Westminster, in 1733 and Bishop of Bristol in 1735. About this time George II commissioned him to arrange a reconciliation between the Prince of Wales and himself, but the attempt was unsuccessful. In 1737 he became the Bishop of Oxford and then the Dean of St Paul's Cathedral, London, in 1750. On the 21st of April 1758, a month after the death of his predecessor, he became Archbishop of Canterbury. His advocacy of an American episcopate, in connection with which he wrote the answer to Jonathan Mayhew's observations on the charter and conduct of the Society for the Propagation of the Gospel in Foreign Parts, raised considerable opposition in England and America. His principal work was lectures on the Catechism of the Church of England. A sermon preached before the University of Oxford, at St. 9 sermons preached in the parish of St. The recommendation of William Smith, A. An answer to Dr. 5 sermons against Popery, 1772 Dublin, 1773 Cork and Dublin 6 sermons on the liturgy of the Church of England, 1773, 1784 Cork. The works of Thomas Secker, 1775 Dublin, 1792 Edinburgh 9 sermons preached in the parish of St. Questions extracted from Archbishop Secker's lectures on the Church Catechism, Archbishop Sharp's and Archbishop Secker's sermons against perjury and common swearing, with some alterations, 1771 Dublin.